I put something up on X today about the evil nature of the media, and I think that is 100% true. This is kind of exemplified perfectly by these two huge clips that are going viral right now on X. One is a clip from an old Howard Stern episode with a Butterface contest where they put women in paper bags and then they reveal them. The other one was this extremely, and I do mean extremely viral clip from a Mormon dating show called The Altar. And we'll watch both of the clips and we can make some type of extrapolation about that. But I think it's more about the fact that the media doesn't change. The media's always been evil. So let's watch the clips first so that they have an idea of what we're talking about here. Here is the first one. This is the Howard Stern clip.
Off the bag, here we go, and let's see the face.
Okay,
That's crazy.
That lady, this thing being like, oh my God, look at that, is crazy work. So let's continue.
Is that a speed bump on the
Stacey, it's got to be hard when the crowd
The
starts.
scream is crazy.
James, you give her the microphone. So
We got a 20 here from award-winning... Mary wouldn't say that word, therefore Taint. Mary wouldn't say it, but I will. Hey, Tate, my username is award-winning Taint. Isn't that funny? Okay, bye.
That's very, yeah. It's, I've been, nicknamed Taint by, I think, some people in the morning show crowd that aren't happy about Tim's absence.
Oh, that's not good.
But you know what? I think it's a badge of honor. You get a nickname because people know who you are.
Exactly. And plus, you wear it with pride.
Yeah, but I like your username. Your username, it hits. It hits.
All right, let's continue here.
James, you give her the
the
microphone.
barf.
So I can talk to you. Stacey, it's got to be tough when the crowd starts freaking out when you take the bag off your head. Is it hard for you?
No, not really.
How did you end up here in the Butterface? Did some guy tell you about it?
No, actually, my friend Candace had put me into
Her friend Candace hates her, apparently.
Yeah, I guess.
Setting her up for failure.
Wow, did she tell you?
Okay, so that was the Howard Stern clip. There was a lot of people having a discussion about how this is why millennials ended up being what they call woke scolds because
Yeah.
they were raised on.
I didn't know it was this
They're like
bad.
they were like maybe feminism had a point.
Yeah, I didn't know it was this bad. I would have become like a full-blown SJW
And then
growing up on this.
Oh, man, we need that term back.
SJW,
We don't hear that one enough. And then this is the other clip. Again, this is from a Mormon dating show called The Altar, where 20 Mormons are put together to go, to form blind dates. They're on opposite sides of a curtain, so they can't see each other. And this is from a YouTube channel called Provo's Most Eligible.
Oh.
If you don't know, Provo, Utah is like where Brigham Young is, so it's like LDS Central. Let's watch the clip and then we will continue.
I'm Riley. I'm 24. I'm from Houston, Texas. And honestly, I'm down for any good adventure. I just got scuba dive certified and I'm planning to go to Australia this summer, so I'm super excited about that. And then I just picked up skiing like 2 years ago. And I honestly love any themed party. Like those are like my favorite things to go to, my favorite things to plan. And I'm looking for someone that wants to be my adventure buddy and it's someone that I can trust in and is going to be there for me.
Aww.
If any gentleman would like to get to know Riley more, please step forward.
We're so nervous. We're so scared. Come on.
Wow.
Hey Riley, we're gonna have you sit down, but thank you for introducing yourself.
Okay.
Wow.
So
Brutal.
the editing is unbelievably deceptive. the editing is done. First of all, this is something reality TV shows have done for years. Just if you're looking for some insight into how these things work, 90% of the time when you're watching that really awkward scene in a reality show where somebody's making like an awful face, it's not even pulled from their interaction in that moment. They will pull that clip from another part of their interaction and insert it there because they're forming a narrative around the story. They are very purposely not showing you the curtain that's between all of them, which makes them all look oblivious and stupid. And that's really my point about this is my point here isn't that it isn't about men and women. It's got nothing to do with whether these guys should have been excited to date this girl or that girl before should have been offended at the treatment on the Howard Stern show. My point is more that the media is evil. And it's when I go on IRL, that's what I tell you, that the media is evil, and it doesn't matter the generation. The only difference is when Howard Stern did it, when Gen X did it, for the audience of millennials, it was basically a weird form of it was not abusive, but it was a spectacle. It was cruelty through spectacle. Now what we see when it comes to Gen Z, because society has deteriorated so much, it's things like the Whatever podcast or Jubilee or any of these things where instead of having an outright kind of showman version of cruelty, it's couched in this pseudo-intellectual desire to understand why everybody is so miserable. But it's the same tactic. It's cruelty through media manipulation.
Yeah, well, I actually think the second clip is more brutal than the first one.
Yeah.
Because the second one, you're like pouring your heart out. I mean, I know there's obviously there's the curtain, but like pouring your heart out like that and then getting rejected, that's way worse.
Yeah.
That's way worse. Like the first one's like clearly a bit to some degree.
But the point is that this stuff is designed to make people angry with one another. The Whatever podcast is designed to get the people arguing about the sexes by bringing up oftentimes the worst people you can think of and showing the worst of what humanity has to offer as if it represents the norm, which it never has and it never will. Even something like this, which is so unique in the fact that it's, Mormons on a dating show, they're not mentioning that in any of these clips. By the time the clip makes it to air, nobody knows nor cares that it was a Mormon dating show. They're just there for the spectacle of watching this poor girl get, kind of have her dreams dashed. And I don't find that to be that interesting because I think before we even get to the fact that the sexes don't get along anymore, we have to ask how it got to that point. And how it got to that point is twofold. One, it's the media and the podcasts, like I mentioned before. Two, it's, people's access to social media where people tend to go out and then commiserate with other people that they would normally never commiserate with and post material that was just never supposed to be seen by everyone. So men get mad at women because they share the worst side of themselves complaining about men on TikTok or whatever, which is something you used to do with your friends in private. And it was a pressure valve release to kind of reorient yourself back to normal in society. You have a bad date and then you go and you bitch about it with your friends and then you go on about your life. And that's perfectly normal.
Yeah. And I think there's an extra layer to it is they're not drumming this up out of thin air. I think they're exploiting resentment that already does exist.
Yes.
Because of the way the economy's been restructured around women's labor. It's created some weird incentives. It's created some weird behaviors from both sexes. And that's bred a lot of resentment, I think, both ways. And so that divide is there, but yeah, this kind of media just straps a booster rocket to any resentment that already exists.
I guess there could be a discussion about the kind of crude nature of what it was in the Howard Stern era, which was shock and awe.
Yeah.
Which is now it's like a deeper, more intellectualized version of despair.
Yeah, well, I mean, because back then there was still a push for the media to appeal to men. They called it the what was the type of culture? I forget the name of the culture, but anyway, like a lot of the media back then was targeted towards men, and it was capitalizing on sex appeal.
Well, yeah, it was like Spike TV and
right.
Yeah.
And now that that's gone, there's really no incentive for any content like that. And so instead, this seems like the female version of that, which is, a total beat down, but emotionally.
Yeah.
And I think in a lot of ways that's worse.
So there's a 20 here from guitarist Gabriel. Says, Tate, you've been a great addition to the Timcast lineup. I was getting pretty bummed with Tim when Tim started missing all those episodes, but found myself looking forward to your funny comments and levity in the political conversations.
Thank
Let's
you, man.
go.
I appreciate that. Means a lot. Thank
There
you.
you go.
Appreciate
I mean,
it.
that's like a big burden to put on your shoulder to do the morning show and then to be around and host IRL. Like that's a lot of responsibility to put on you given the size of the platform.
Yeah, I mean, I have zero media training either, so I'm just winging it.
I mean, that's you and me both, my friend.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
you and me both.
But no, that means a lot. I appreciate that.
We're
That's
all
nice.
winging it out here. There's a 20 from Pop Culture Junkie. It says, Brett, seen some recent articles pasting the Pohlad family over the I don't know what pasting means in this respect. The Pohlad family over the management of the Minnesota Twins. Any thoughts? Carl Pohlad died like a long time ago, right? Like, I don't remember, but you know, that's back. I saw a Denzel Washington clip today where he was talking about how sports commentators need to shut up, and since it's Denzel Washington, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree on just on the basis that it's Denzel Washington, so I will refrain from sharing my thoughts on that. But okay, so the other thing about this is, to me, really, is that one of the assessments that I saw of the Howard Stern clip was like, no wonder we ended up with a generation of woke scolds and feminists. Look at the media that they were raised on, because the argument is usually made around South Park. They're like, how did everybody get so offended? We grew up with South Park. But then you see stuff like this, and the woke scolding does tend to be from the women in the most, pliable of men, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's not hard to understand where that concept comes from when men were raised watching stuff like this. And like I said, I don't think that anything is really that different. You go back to making men fight to the death in the Colosseum. Media has always been evil, and that is far more diabolical than any confrontation that could be had, in my personal opinion, between the sexes that comes from stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like you said, there's a certain level of evil to the media, and it's not gone away. It's just manifested in different ways. I mean, now it's just they try to beat you down with the ugliest possible presentation of media, and that's equally pernicious. It's just not in your face. It's more discreet, but it does have the same psychological, the wearing impact on your psyche.
I agree. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.